Tony Gonsolin coming back to the Dodgers. The return of the Catman. Are the Dodgers the best team in baseball? Huge come-from-behind win. The state of the blue as it stands right now. And what happened to Shohei's 50th home run ball? All that and more right now. It is Dodgers Digest. Let's get right down to it. I am Brad J., and we are off and running. Let's get down to it. We're talking about Tony Gonsolin. Are you kidding me? Injuries and moves going on with the Dodgers. Muncy was scratched, but Gonsolin, Tony Gonsolin, the Catman, could return for the final series against the Colorado Rockies in Colorado. What are your thoughts on that? Let's hear the comments below. And after you saw what Yamamoto did, after you saw what Buehler did in their last two starts, you got to be thinking right now it'd be good, right? And Gonsolin hasn't had the full rehab to be completely ready. But, I mean, look, you need the help. He's willing to help. He can help, and he's a damn good pitcher. He is a damn good pitcher. And you know another good thing about him, too, is batters haven't seen what he's been all about this year because he's been out. So having someone like that adding to the mix and bringing him out, much like having Shohei pitch a little bit, too, I'm just saying, as I've been talking about that for a while, too. I love this. Gonsolin coming back. We need the Catman. I think it'd be perfect to bring him out against Colorado. Hopefully, everything is wrapped up by then, but we'll find out. All right, Muncy scratch. What's the story on that one, right? We do not want to see Muncy out. That dude is so important to the team. Third baseman was scratched from Sunday's lineup as he deals with general body soreness. Look, he's long in the tooth. He's an older dude. He's not a spring chicken. You need to give him a day off. And baseball is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So you want to give him that day off. So giving him a day off, awesome. I think you need to do it because having Muncy fully expect to be back in the lineup, and not only for the bat, I mean, the dude can walk. When you need a guy on base, Muncy pretty much can come in there and he can pick pitches. He's got a great eye at the plate. So having Muncy back in, and he can crack the ball over the fence too as well. So we want him back. We want him back against the Padres for sure. What a huge win yesterday for the Dodgers. Come from behind, but we still got to remember, we shouldn't have to be coming from behind like that. And counting, I mean, look, we can count because we have some great bats, but pitching put us in that position, and we need to always remember that. But you still got to give it up for Mookie Betts, man. Wow. Love what Mookie had to say about the win yesterday. It was huge, especially when you're looking at the scoreboard and you see the Padres won. See, that's the one thing about Dodger Stadium. You got those video boards that are on the outfield fences that show you all the games and the scores. So the Dodgers see that right away. And then he goes on to say, Shohei starts it off with a homer. That gave us energy, and that just lights up 56,000 people at Chavez Ravine. Unfortunately, I was able to put a good swing on it. Mookie Betts, number 50, cracking a home run. Number 19, I think that is for Mookie. But what a big win, right? Love that. Indeed, love him coming out and taking care of business. But, I mean, who was before him? If Mookie comes out and hits a home run and he's the guy leading off, well, that's just a tie game. But Shohei tied the thing up with his home run, and Shohei continues to impress. And, like, he's already done everything he needs to do. Here's what he's done so far this year. Take a look at his batting average right now. He's at 301 with last night. And remember, everybody was talking about, is he going to get 50-50? Can Shohei get 50-50? Look at those numbers. Stolen bases, 55 now. Home runs, 53. I'd like to see it. I've always said I'd like to see that 55 and 55. Nice, even number right there. But Shohei having his best year. And you know what? Mike Nelson said it best in his show last night. He said Shohei is having the best Dodger year out of any Dodger player in the complete history of the Los Angeles and the Brooklyn Dodgers, taking it all the way back. No one has had a better season as a Dodger than Shohei in his first game. And also, his first season. But also, let me remind you, too, about Shohei. Don't get used to those stolen bases. You see that 55. You're not going to see that next year. Once he starts taking the mound, you're going to see those stolen bases drop dramatically. They're not going to chance it next year. If they need him to hit and they need him to pitch, they're not going to ask him to steal as many bases. The fact that he didn't have to pitch this year, which brings me up to another point about him. All right. Remember this when the Dodgers were saying this right here? Remember the top part here? This is what the Dodgers were saying a while ago. They're saying the plan for Otani, this is regarding Otani and pitching. The plan for him is to face hitters in live practice settings before the end of the season, then shut them down for the offseason. Okay. And when I first read this, like 3 weeks ago, I think this was, I said, why would you have him face live hitters with the season still going when you need his bat and you don't need anything to happen to him? That made me start thinking, you know what? They're getting him ready. They're getting him ready because they might need him to pitch. And Roberts was like, no way, man. Shohei's not pitching. He's shut down to 2025. But then that all started to change, right? And what Robert said, the lower part of this is what Robert said after that. I think that you should always leave some margin, a crack in the door for any possibilities. He was saying no possibilities. So now it's okay to leave the door open, right? But back then it was not, all right? If things are up in the air and they need him and the game, body, everything is telling him to make sense in that situation, great, it would be storybook. So that's what do you think? Am I off my rocker on this? Let me see it in the comments below, but I'm telling you right now, I feel, and I'm going to go right out there right now, we are going to see Shohei pitching in this offseason. May not start a game, but he's going to come out of a bullpen. He might start, maybe even just do an inning or two. Shohei is going to pitch in the postseason. Mark my words. You see what Yamamoto did. You see what Buehler did. You got to think, why would you not use him if everything's right? Look, Roberts is saying it. This isn't some, like, news flash. This is fake news right there because you know if Roberts is flip-flopping on it, then you know it's definitely probably going to happen. So, mark my words, Brad J says Shohei will pitch this season in the postseason. Okay? There it is. And this is why I'm saying that. Take a look at the numbers right there. This is yesterday. All right? See the ER for Yamamoto? That's not getting it done right there. 4. He has had so many good quality starts. This is his first one where he really stumbled. So you don't want to it's all over, but you still want to be prepared. Okay? So Yamamoto, 4 earned runs. You don't want to see that. Caspares, who was brought up to the Dodgers, he gave up 3 hits. But, he pitched 3 innings. You got to give him credit. 1 run, 1 earned run for him. 5 Ks. Yamamoto had 4 Ks. So there was some good strikeout. I love the way Brazier came in, shut things down. 3 strikeouts. That's pretty darn good. 2 strikeouts out of Joe Kelly. I like seeing Joe Kelly lower that ERA below 5. That's good. But so back to the Shohei. So to me, you need him. You need him. He's going to pitch. Whether you want him to pitch or not, he is going to pitch. Trust me on that one. All right, let's talk schedule. Here's the rest of it. That's it. 3 against San Diego. Man, are those 3 games so important. 3 against Colorado. Winning the series against Colorado, that's good. That's a good starting point. So when you go to Colorado, you know you can beat them. They're the last place team. You definitely got to take 2 of 3 out of them on that one. Okay. Well, with all that being said, what is the magic number for the Dodgers with, what do we got, 6 games left? What's the magic number? Please tell me. Dodgers' magic number is 4. 4 is the magic number. That means 4 wins. You got 6 games to get 4 wins. I mean, I heard it out of Mike Nelson in his show from last night saying this first win, tomorrow's game against the Padres, taking the first win, is absolutely huge for the Dodgers to get that first win. You got 6 games. You got to win 4 of them, and you're going to win the division. Remember, I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's a tiebreaker right now. Padres own it. So you cannot tie at the end of the season with the Padres because they will win the division if you tie. So take care of business, Dodgers. Come out, make things happen, and take the win on game number 1. And if you look at things, what's going on with game 1, what's happening with that one? Who's pitching? What's the lineup for that one? Still has not said. So King will be pitching for the Padres. He's got 3.04 ERA. Dodgers don't have many hits against him. Betts has done good against him. Hernandez, Teoscar's done good. Muncy's done good against them too as well. But the pitcher has not been announced for Dodgers. Who will it be to be the sacrificial lamb to go out there on the first opening game against the Padres? We'll find out on that. Hey, it's Dodgers Digest. Make sure you hit the sub button. Mike Nelson and I were on it 2 videos a day, breaking things down all the way till we get to the World Series and win it. And then after that, we'll keep you updated on everything else. Dodgers Digest, hit the sub button. I'm Brad J. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, always think blue.